Hey Celeste, this is week 4, day 2. We're gonna start out with that bear position breathing. So stack shoulders over wrist, hips over knees, tuck your toes, low bear, and then just breathe. Expansive and tucking. I'm already wanting to slide back. Make sure you pop yourself back into the stacked position. If you feel your belly wanting to pull out or don't really feel like you're in tight, good position, we can always change this to our knees, or just sort of alternating breaths between hovering and on your knees. You do what works best for your core and what you're really feeling that strengthening and breath work in. That's gonna move on to bear crawls. So that same position, tuck the toes. Inhale, exhale. Opposite arm and leg moving, making sure to stay as stable as possible, hips not shifting up and down. Our warm-up for arm day is 10 banded pull aparts. So we're going to exhale. This is too heavy, let me grab a band. We're going to exhale across our chest. Inhale and control that return. And then we're going to move on to 8 banded bicep curls. You're going to stand on that band. You're going to exhale, keep your elbows tucked. Inhale and return. After 8 of those, you're gonna move on to 5 scap movements. We're just gonna get on hands and knees. We're gonna let our shoulder blades slide towards our spine and then expand out again. Inhale, exhale. Just letting that rotation and that movement of those scaps happen across your back. We're gonna shoot for about 2 to 3 rounds of that warm-up before we do our strength superset. We have 16 to 18 seated overhead press with a 2-second lower, and then 14 to 16 per side quadruped rows with a 2-second hold. On these, just like on the first day, we can progressive overload by increasing weight, repetition, tempo or pauses, or range of motion. So we have some wiggle room if we don't want to do that many repetitions for this last week. So it is a exhale, 1, 2, tap the shoulders, exhale, 1, 2. Make sure your core is nice and straight. We're not popping the back out at all, not arching the back, but we're nice and controlled as we move elbows to ear and straight down, nice, slow, and controlled. On that quadruped row, we're exhaling, 1, 2, pause, bring it back. Remember, we're pulling towards the hip and the belly button on this one. 1, 2, inhale on the return. Our arm circuit for today, our list work, we're gonna start with a modified plank saws. So plank saws is this rocking motion. So we can be on our knees. I am nice and straight. Right? Like a plank, but I'm on my knees instead of on my feet, and I'm just sawing backwards and forward into this plank. If you feel like you can do it, we're gonna tuck our toes and we can get into the plank position and just saw forward and backwards, making sure to hold that TA activation. So tuck it together and up and try to hold that throughout the entire movement by giving little breaths throughout the movement to release the tension. So we're shooting for about a minute. We can take breaks, we can do that knee version or that toe version. We can even elevate that plank. We could be here and using our toes to help us saw that plank motion. So lots of options there. Before we move on to shoulder shrugs, we're gonna hold our dumbbells and we're gonna exhale and shrug, inhale and lower. This is one where you can really challenge yourself on the weight because we're just using these shoulder muscles, those neck muscles, upper back muscles to help us really shrug and then return. We're shooting for about a minute working through that, nice and slow and controlled. There's no race. Before we do a minute of chest fly to floor press. So you're gonna get yourself on the floor. We're going to fly and return, press and return. So we're going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Flowing through that paired movement, and then give ourselves 30 seconds of rest. You can do some arm swings or some shoulder cars or something in there as you rest if you want a little bit of mobility. 8 to 10 minutes cycling through this. Before we move on to our accessory work, it's going to be elbow to knee rotations. This one's simple, hands behind head. We're rotating our body down. So let's stand on up, rotate knee to elbow, and return. So that thoracic rotation is happening, that hip flexor work is happening. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Rotating through that. And that's it. Have fun, Celeste.